So check this out here. I know this topic was already done, so I just want to give my little 2 cents about it. So big shout out to the Collie first and foremost for being the ground barrier to breaking news stories, being on top of hip hop, being on top of the latest news. Check out www.thecollie.com. That is www.coli.com. So let's get to it. So Tupac felt Ice Cube was biting his style according to West Coast Buzz. So I'm gonna read the story to y'all. Tupac versus Ice Cube situation story examined. After original member of the Outlaws opened up on a certain incident last summer, one of the most unknown issues in the hip hop world had been the static Tupac had with Ice Cube. After his release from prison, Machiavelli left New York and formed a business partnership with Suge Knight and his friends at Death Row. While Big Suge and Corrupt has always kept things 100 with their late associate, some people have been fabricating stories and even lying on encounters with Tupac. Out of Tupac's own words, he felt Ice Cube was clout chasing the West Coast aggressive content with telling out-of-towners to bow down. This was evident when it was brought to our attention that he planned to unleash multiple diss records at Cube after making peace with Nas and others at the Five Boroughs. Unfortunately, it may have seemed that way and Tupac was completely correct. But Ice Cube was quietly repping the West lifestyle on the forefront after completing a slew of Hollywood films. It was just going under the radar in the masses. Due to him being a behind-the-scenes manager for up-and-coming acts, right before his death, he was going to shift away all the attention from Biggie and put towards Ice Cube for a moment. He had finished multiple albums and was planning to take a break from music entirely for film. In 1997, the plan was to release the One Nation album with Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast, DJ Premier, and even want to work with UGK. By 1998, he would have wanted to make a Me Against the World 2 for the ladies, who were begging him to make content for them during the peak of his outlaw run at Death Row. Now, this is a very interesting revelation right here because it goes further and more into Tupac's plans on what he wanted to do after the release of Machiavelli. I didn't know per se that he was going to focus on Ice Cube. Now, my question is this. Do you think Tupac has a point when it comes to Ice Cube biting? Because Ice Cube was called out for biting, going back to when King Son called him out, going back to when Be Real called him out. But Cube also repped the West. West Side Slaughterhouse came out in 1995, September. So it's an interesting point, and it also could play a factor that of why Cube left Pac out of his top five. I mean, the industry is very petty like that, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is King Eric signing out. Holla.